hello, everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm. My name is Brian Michael Day.
My name is Thomas Grimm.
How are you, sir? You doing okay?
Doing good. Loving the new studio format we got laid out here.
It's the 15th time we've changed it. If anyone's keeping count, Tom, can you do me a favor and introduce today's guest to everyone, please?
Joining us today virtually in the virtual Days Grimm shoebox is Joe the Animal. How are you, Joe?
Ooh. Doing good, sir. Are you peachy? Is that what you said?
I said I'm peachy. That's my catchphrase.
Oh, nice, dude. Okay.
Do you have it? Like, do you have several catchphrases, or is that your main one?
Oh, that's kind of the main one. Everybody asks how I'm doing. I say I'm peachy.
Yeah, gotcha.
I heard one the other day I think I'm going to start using. I heard the other day in a book I was reading, somebody said, "Hey, how you doing?" And the person said, "Aces." I like that a lot. I think I'm going to start using that.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude.
Welcome
to the Days Grimm, Joe. Have you heard of us before?
I heard about you from Dustin Matheson.
Dustin Madison. He's been on the show before.
Yeah, dude. Old Dusty. Dude,
Big
that guy
Dusty.
is a voice magician.
Yes, he is.
He's a good dude.
So, Joe, do you want to give our listeners a brief elevator pitch of who you are, what you do, where you hail from?
I am Joe the Animal Lancy. I hail from the beautiful crime-ridden city of St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a little bit to the east thereof. I'm a former Gold Gloves boxer and a former 14 years a dog catcher and 30 years a comedian.
Damn.
Dog catcher.
Yes, sir. Animal control. I don't do that anymore.
Yes, dude. Okay. I thought we were going to talk comedy this whole time. We're actually going to start talking dog catching. So that is fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, I got shot at 5 times, found 5 dead bodies, wrestled 5 alligators and 2 giant snakes and all kinds of spiders. And
Is that in St. Louis?
yeah. Yeah, some lady had an alligator in the yard, and she called me and said, "There's an alligator." I said, "Ma'am, there are no alligators in Missouri." And sure as shit, there was an alligator in her backyard. Some lady across the
What the fuck?
street had a dog pen with a pond in it, and I thought that's where he's from. And I knocked on the door and I said, "Excuse me, you own an alligator?" And the lady says, "Why do you ask?" I said, "I found one running loose." And the lady slammed the door in my face and said, "Our alligator does not run loose." I politely knocked on the door and said, "Take this son of a bitch off. I don't want it. I don't have tickets for alligators. I got horses, cows, dogs, cats, nothing for alligators."
Shoo! That's a lot, brother. So
Well, let's rewind it a little bit. Were you born around St. Louis?
Yes, sir. I was born in the Garden City of East St. Louis, Illinois.
East St. Louis. That's the bad side, right?
shout out to Larry Flint's Hustler Club.
That's actually in Washington Park.
You're wrong.
That's not in East St. Louis?
No, it's Washington Park. East St. Louis technically doesn't have any strip clubs. Sajay has them, and
They got what?
The titty bars are in Sajay and Brooklyn and Washington Park.
Oh, okay. Are you a titty bar fan?
Cheesy ones are in town. You go into Washington Park more. That's where the awful ones are. Where they got the pregnant
I think we
stripper.
lost you a little bit there, but so all the gnarly titty bars are in Washington Park?
Some of the worst ones are, I say. I know a guy got a lap dance.
Worst ones you get shot outside of.
Okay. Where do you find the best ladies at? That's what I want to know.
The best ladies, I'd probably say Larry Flint, either Larry Flint's or one of the ones in Sauget. There's a PT's
Hell yeah.
Bray.
Hell yeah. All right, man. So you're from the
Born and bred in the St. Louis area. So what was life like growing up in St. Louis?
Oh, it was quite interesting. My mom and dad was worried about black kids beating me up when I lived in East St. Louis. So we moved to Troy, Illinois, where white kids beat me up. I had trouble with one African American kid. When I got out there, it was just hell. I pooped my pants in 5th grade, and that don't win you any friends. I got the hip nickname of Pampers. And
What's that?
That's why I learned to become a fighter. I got tired of getting picked on. I was a little fat kid like monster movies. And that's when I decided to start boxing and got a heavy bag, started punching it, knocked a few people silly in the process. And no one picks on me anymore.
So, how old were you when you first got into boxing? Like when you got that boxing bag?
Probably about 14. Right before about freshman in high school. 13,
hell yeah.
14.
That's a violent age.
Yeah, that's when I first said I'm not taking crap off anymore. This one, I get to high school and this one kid decided he's going to call me Igor, and he started going, Igor. Well, he's a junior. I got sick of taking crap off the freshmen, or the seniors, I mean. This dude, I hauled off and hit him so hard, he rolled backwards, jumped up and goes, I'm going to kick your ass. I go, well, here I am. I'm going to English class. You're welcome to kick my ass. I think I just kicked yours.
Oh yeah, dude. I love violence. I'm a big fan.
So did you have like a trainer, or did you take boxing outside of school?
Well, I did a lot of backyard fights before that was even a thing. I'd probably, made a small fortune off of YouTube if it was back in the day. I took out 6 people in one night one time in Tennessee. Just lined them up, took them out.
That's
Whereabouts in Tennessee?
Around Nashville. I had a friend live down there, and I took his buddy's older brother's friends and just lined them up one after the other and beat their ass.
Oh yeah,
That's wild.
Hell yeah, and just for frame of reference, I can only see your face. What's your height and weight, sir? Or at that time, anyways, what were you like height and weight wise?
6 foot. I was 6 foot. Now I'm 5'10". I had my neck fused together. I broke my neck wrestling. Walked around with a broken.
So
40.
So you would say like you got more into like backyard boxing and wrestling and fighting, and like that's where you got your into the boxing world?
Yeah, that's where I got my nickname, The Animal. I didn't get it from comedy. Of course, my comedy's not exactly Christian comedy either, but I got the nickname Joe the Animal being a boxer. I was a Golden Gloves champion in 1984. No, excuse me, 83.
So lead us.
Does that indicate that? So Golden Gloves. Do you have to be in the military to get Golden Gloves?
No, it was just it's just the local. Belleville was the boxing club at the time. It was the Belleville Golden Gloves.
Okay, so you didn't serve. So you don't have to serve in the military to get Golden Gloves.
Probably the National Golden Gloves sends somebody from the Army or Marines, or they have their own boxing clubs. Kind of like, I know back in the day they used to have the boxing club. I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore.
I don't know either.
I almost fought Mike
So how'd you
Tyson.
get from backyard boxing? How'd you get from backyard boxing and fighting to getting into like being in the Golden Gloves bracket?
Well, I joined the Belleville Boxing Club, and they almost sent me to Colorado. They needed sparring partners out there. I thought it was because I was good. No, they needed raw meat to feed Mike Tyson. That's when he was plowing through everybody. So I'm glad didn't go out there. I cut my damn hand, and then I had wisdom teeth, and that kind of knocked me out for a year, and I just never got the edge to go back into it. I became kind of a sparring partner after that. I sparred.
So you still helped out, like basically training the next fighters.
Excuse me, cut out there.
Did you train so after that point, were you helping train the next set of fighters kind of coming through and cutting their teeth?
I never did train any fighters, but I was a sparring partner. Just the guy that would hit on the guy that was. This guy was going to be an alternate in the original UFC. And then he got laid off, I got laid off, and I just never got back into it again.
So you got laid off shortly after your wisdom teeth and all that. So is that when you started to, I guess, you became an animal catcher after the boxing?
So dope. That's so fucking dope.
I worked in the printing industry for years. Then probably when it's gone. There's no more newspapers anymore, and it started back then where they start chopping heads. So I went to do another mixing ink, and I was sick of just being in the printing industry. And I seen an ad for being a dog catcher, and I had a lot of animals growing up. I had an exotic animal farm. We had everything from parrots to ostriches, you name, miniature horses, llamas, stuff like that, and that's why County hired me.
Did you ever eat an ostrich egg?
What's that?
I said, did you ever eat an ostrich egg? They're huge. They're like...
It was expensive as shit back then. I know that emus got up to $30,000 a pair, and everybody thought, well, boy, we can raise these and sell them for $30,000 a pair. Well, the market crashed, and my dad bought a bunch real cheap. He got them for $30 each. He thought he was getting him a hell of a deal, and they all turned out to be males. And we got rid of one. And he came back, and he's been out in the backyard ever since. He's 32 years old now.
Damn, you still have him?
Yeah, I tried setting him on fire accidentally one time. He looked like Paul Walker jumping out of a sports car. He lived.
Oh shit! So is it safe to assume that is it safe to assume that these two male birds were gay birds, like gay lovers?
I would say not. I think if one got any romantic intentions, he kicked the other one 15 feet through the air.
Damn. So what was it like? Like, what's training like to be a dog catcher? Like, do they give you any insight, or you just like, I've got previous various weird animal training already?
There was nothing to prepare me for the shit I seen in them 14 years. I seen some crazy stuff.
So you still remember your first few days on the job? Were you like a ride along?
Yeah, they basically was a ride along. I mean, I had a lot of knowledge of animals and stuff, and I knew how not to get killed by animals. I knew how not to get my face bit off. I wasn't scared of nothing. I had a Dalmatian.
What's the trick?
What's that?
What's the trick to not getting your face, as you said, bit off?
Not showing fear. Dogs can smell fear on you. Or any animal can smell fear on you. Eye contact's another thing.
Did you ever find any
It cut out again.
I was gonna say, did you ever? I was gonna say, did you ever find any monkeys in St. Louis? Anybody have any crazy monkeys?
Story. There's this one guy.
Good question.
He bought one. He couldn't keep it. His wife sold it in a divorce. About 5 years go by, and he gets the call for the monkey. And it was the guy. He said, "Are you the owner of Georgie the monkey?" He says, "Yeah." You want him back? He goes, "Yeah, how much you want for him?" "Oh, you can have him." Took him 15 hours to get from Columbia, Missouri to St. Louis. He had to keep stopping to calm the monkey down. And the monkey got back to the house, settled down. His girlfriend walks up, starts petting him on the hand. He's got his hands to the bar going, "Come on, come on." He gets closer, and the monkey grabs her by the blonde hair and smashes her face into the cage. The monkey would get out at night, and what he wouldn't break, he would shit on. He threw all the plates against the wall, the eggs against the wall. He comes back the next night, and the monkey's quiet. And he looks out the window, and the monkey's looking out the window at him. Well, he runs in the house. He goes, he didn't tear nothing up. What did he tear up? He got a hold of 2 Dale Earnhardt collectible NASCARs that were worth $3,000 and smashed them together.
Oh
Yes.
my God, that's horrible.
Goes by, and I finally see Paul, the guy that was friends with the dude that had the monkey. We had to go inspect his cage. He had a whole room of a house with a cage, like a prison cell on the outside. He could go outside the window anytime he wanted. But the monkey got out again, and the UPS man went to the guy's work and says, "Hey, you need to get home." He goes home. The monkey got his gun and shot the television, the stereo, the oven. And he has to go to the police and say, "Hey, I had a drive-by," and they look. Well, it looks like somebody was in the house when they did these shooting. The monkey actually goddamn thing.
Oh, that is wild.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. That's wild. You gotta put that monkey down. That's an aggressor.
He was still living. Well, he was there. He was a cute little boy when they got him. He's a little macaque, and he got up to about 50 pounds, which them things are the size of a baboon. They will fuck you up.
Yeah, and they're strong as fuck too.
Yeah. I mean, people don't realize that. They used to have,
Did you ever speak?
They had a chimpanzee show at the zoo here in St. Louis, and the guy was the lead chimp. He went and picked up the trainer and threw him 15 feet into the audience. And there was a moat there, too. So he picks the trainer and throws him over his head.
They got MR strength.
Yeah, dude, chimps go hard, man. They got that mentally retarded strength for sure.
Yeah. You don't realize how.
Hey, so did you? Yeah, they're crazy. Did you hear about that lady in what was it, Missouri or?
No, you're talking about the lady that got her face tore off?
Yeah, did you ever hear about that lady that got her face torn off by a pet chimpanzee because he was romanticizing her and he thought that she was his, and another lady came to the house and then all hell broke loose, and then that chimp they had to shoot it in the street, I think.
Yeah, the one dude got his hands bit off by him. You just can't conceive of how strong them are.
Same story.
Yeah, same story.
So you've ran into a monkey, you've ran into an alligator. What are some of you got any funny stories or just some bizarre thing that you show up and you're like, what in the world?
Well, yeah, I was in U City one time, and this lady called, said there's a big snake in my yard. Well, I'm chasing this damn poodle all over the golf course all morning. We could get within about 2 feet of him, and he'd take off running. So we're chasing his ass with the golf carts. He's having a hi-ho good time. Meanwhile, this lady's calling the switchboard, and, keep calling the police. So the police told me to shut her up. I walk out there. Snakes are good for the environment. They eat bugs. And I seen this yellow hose that took up the entire length of the driveway. And I thought, why is that hose moving? And it hits me. It's a Burmese yellow python. 12 foot long.
Somebody just let it loose.
I think it got loose from somebody, but boy, I seen that, my asshole snap shut.
You ever have to detain a dog that happens to be in the process of fornicating with another dog?
No, somebody had to snap. Well, kind of, yeah. I had a Shar-Pei that was trying to fuck 2 male pit bulls. So I guess he was a gay Shar-Pei, and he wasn't a nice dog. And
gay dog.
The cop. I almost caught him, and the cop pulls out his 9mm and starts shooting. I feel bullets whizzing by me. He misses every goddamn shot. The dog looks like he's in the Matrix. He's going this way and this way. Bullets are flying by me. Cops misses every damn shot, and he's not even 10 feet away. Emptied the gun, about shot me. I felt right by my freaking arm.
Jesus Christ.
Wild.
That's crazy though. So this gay dog was trying to get this Shar-Pei was trying to get with 2 pit bulls, and then you were trying to detain which one?
The Shar-Pei that was run loose. The pit bulls were tied up. They weren't bothering nobody. They were just tied to a doghouse. But he was just
the homosexual Shar-Pei. That was the one you were after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dude, that is wild, man. So, and you're done doing the animal control thing now.
Yeah, I when I started U City, they gave me the power to do housing inspections too. So I chase a dog back home, and somebody calls me a motherfucker. I just whip out my ticket book and start writing tickets. I had this guy call me a bald-headed cocksucker. And I thought, we're not standing for that. I found out where he lived. I went and he had dog crap in the yard, about 100 piles, dumping lawn clippings, illegal dumping, grass high, weeds, tuck pointing. I got him for about 10 tickets, and he went to my boss, started crying. He went to my boss's boss, started crying. Went to my city manager and says, you're his boss, and his boss are coming for Mr. Lancey. And Mr. Walker picked out the dog shit pictures. He don't like people not picking up their dog shit to begin with. And the guy cussed him out. He ended up going to jail for insulting or being threatening to a city official. Ends up losing his house, his job, everything, over being a dickhead.
Yeah, so I got neighbors that are dickheads, and they leave their dogs out all the time, and they bark every morning at like from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do about that.
Rat poison.
My ex-boss had a dog that kept coming in his yard and shitting by his Alvero plants. He'd have to walk through them to get to his truck in the morning, so he put a big plate of bacon grease out there. Dog ate all the bacon grease. That next morning, about 3:30 in the morning, here's the neighbor going, son of a fucking bitch. That bacon grease went right through that dog. He was shitting like a root beer shit.
Got him. Keep your fucking hounds inside.
So, Joe, I guess, did you get into comedy while you were a dog catcher?
What's that?
Did you get into comedy while you were in doing dog catching?
I think it was right after I started dog catching. I realized what a goal. I was kind of a prop comic when I first started, but I got sick of dragging all that shit to the shows all the time. It was upstairs. The comedy club was upstairs. I had to walk 2 big garbage bags full of props. And I said, screw this. I started doing the dog catching stories, and kind of went from there.
Hell yeah, that's solid, brother. But
We've made jokes before about if you were to start comedy, like doing prop comedy, just like going up and just like juggling like the whole time, or just something completely off the beaten path of like.
I didn't realize when I got into it how low on the totem pole prop comics were. I think Carrot Top and Gallagher have pretty much done everything they possibly can with prop comedy. So they killed it off. I just thought no point in doing it. Kind of like a ventriloquist. Nobody likes.
Yeah, and then. Well, we actually just had a Ventrili on the podcast not too long ago. Shout out to Joseph Franklin, dude. And he remind me, does he do comedy? Is it kind of comedic?
I think it depends on.
I think
the
it is.
Doll.
Yeah, but anyways,
dummy.
but yeah, I think ventriloquism is like kind of dope, but also fucking terrifying. And I told Joseph Franklin that. But so as far as like prop comedy goes, like so short of like having to haul that shit up and down the stairs or whatever, I mean, what was the hardest transition going from prop comedy to just like straight up comedy?
Oh, it wasn't hard at all. I think it was a blessing when I did that. I mean, I got some early videos of Kathleen Madigan introducing me at an open mic. That's how long I've been doing this. I might have to find that.
And the St. Louis comedy scene's pretty decent, you know, way better than it is here in Evansville, I would say. Or I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Warren started out, Nikki Glazer, Josh Arnold. There's I remember Cedric the Entertainer doing open mics.
Yeah, and also I just want to put this out there. When it comes to St. Louis, like, I'm not a big fan of the Arch. I just want to throw that out there. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but I think it's overhyped. Have you been to the Arch?
Yeah, I two things I don't like is claustrophobia and heights, and that combines the both. You're in that little tube.
That's both. That's a twofer, dude.
If I never go up to the Arch again, I'd be cool with that. They got a new museum I haven't been to yet, but I'll have to check out their
down
new
at the
museum.
bottom of it, right?
I have no desire to go up in it ever again.
Isn't the museum like down at the bottom or like in the basement or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's it like those early years of comedy for you? Like how soon did you transition from a prop comic to just a regular comic?
Oh, probably within a year. Well, probably less than that. I think the first year I went out, I tried for a talent contest, and that was awful. And then I finally started going to Comedy Etc. at the time. And then my parents got kind of sick. Well, they not kind of sick, they got real sick. So that kind of delayed a lot. I always kept my toe in the water. It wasn't probably till 2005 where I started making any headway at this. Once I got working nights and working straight days, I had nights and weekends off. But before that, I never had any, I could maybe go out once a week and do it. You're never getting anywhere doing that, but I always kept my toe in the water.
So those first few sets, are you using like note cards, or you have most of your stuff memorized?
I try to do note cards. I don't do note cards. I do memorization, which I think ain't too bad for a guy 62 years old.
Right.
62 years young. And that being said, though, like, I want to get into the process. So, like, what does the process of joke writing for straight comedy? Oh, we lost you. Are you on the dark side of the moon? Oh, we
My
lost him. Oh no, there he is.
I write a lot of one-liners and stories, and I'm always looking for punches to punch the story up.
Okay.
So like one story with a bunch of little punch ups throughout it.
You know, if you just sit there and tell a story for 15 minutes, you're not going to hold the audience's attention.
Gotcha.
Let me get the cable for my phone started to die.
I feel like what I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you, Joe. I don't know what we're looking at here. I think I'm looking at your ceiling.
Can you see me now?
Possibly. Maybe.
There I am.
Definitely not.
There he is.
There we go.
Okay, there we are. It looks like we're going through a dark tunnel of some sorts.
Yeah, I had to run downstairs and grab my damn phone charger. Looked up, the warning light came on for low battery.
No worries.
No sweat, dude.
So when these comedic premises come to you, do you just jot them down real fast in your phone, or do you write them down on paper? What's that process like when you get an idea that
I
hits
use
you?
the feature on the phone to write jokes or ideas. I mean, there's a lot of some stuff like with being a high school wrestler. I got a whole string of bits about that. I got bits about family. And then
What was that bit? You got bits about what?
Family. And then I have Parkinson's too. That's been an absolute gold mine. I probably got about close to 10 minutes.
You have Parkinson's, or you have Parkinson's jokes?
No, I have it.
I think our internet connection has Parkinson's.
There,
hello
can you see
there.
me?
Okay, there we go. That's the Joe I know and love. There he is. All right. I'm sorry, sir. Did you say you have Parkinson's?
Yes, I do. I was diagnosed 5 years ago. My uncle had it. He lived to be 85.
Oh, you had Parkinson's 5 years ago?
Yeah, I found out 5 years ago I had it. Yeah, there's no magic cure for it. The medicine they give you, it makes you sick in your stomach, makes you sleepy. And worst of all, it may cause involuntary movement, which is like going to Taco Bell to cure your diarrhea.
Sounds a lot like weed. Did you hear me, Joe?
No, I did not. This damn phone
I said it
keeps
sounds a lot like weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
St. Louis has some pretty decent weed.
Do you partake in recreational activities, and by that I mean smoking the devil's lettuce?
No, I don't believe in smoking. I think that's terrible. I'd use getables.
Oh, nice.
I think
Nice.
St. Louis has
Nice.
mushrooms too, don't they?
Yeah, I've been taking the edibles. They I'm going through some. I got to get a new hip coming up in a couple weeks, and that's kind of been helping with the pain.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah, dude.
I
So-
ingested more lettuce now that I turned 60 than when I was younger. I was always a hell raising beer drinking kind of guy.
It's gotten a lot stronger over the years, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I know I got some stuff in high school. I seen my buddy working on his car, and I went out, stopped to talk to him. He cracked up, and I thought, oh my God, I got paranoid as hell. I left my car in gear. It started driving up the street. I had to chase it down and get it back.
Hell yeah, dude. So do you, speaking of the devil's lettuce, do you have, when it comes to joke writing, do you have anything that you have to like help yourself get into the right state of mind to write jokes or like storylines or whatever? Like, do you have to have like a glass of bourbon and a cigar, or like a joint and a bottle of water or something like that?
If I sit there and try to sit with a notebook, I'll just sit there and stare at it. It's weird. It's like at 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and then someone just turns a faucet on, and I just get all these jokes start spilling out. Some are good, some not.
And that's
so
when
good.
you normally wake up to pee, right?
Checks out.
So, Joe, what was it like? Okay, so you switched from a prop comic to doing regular stand-up. You had some pretty big names introduce you. What was it like those early years of comedy for you once you transition out of being a prop comic? Are you getting a lot of open mics? What's that like for you?
Well, yeah, I just kept my nose to the grindstone and always made sure I always came out whenever I could. Back then, you didn't have that many open mics, really. You had the Funny Bone and Comedy Etc., and then I think there was another place in the Landing that was on the same night. So you really didn't have, like, you had one open mic a week, one or two at the most. And but I always kept my nose to the grindstone. Then I started even going out of town, hitting Springfield, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away. I went there and started hitting open mics. I think that's where I started really coming through, was at Mason City Limits and Donnie Beach in Springfield.
Is that just due to different types of audiences versus St. Louis versus like more outskirts Illinois?
Yeah, I've done a ton of like VFW shows, and I love doing them because the people are appreciative of getting entertainment in a small town. There's nothing much to do. The bow shoot or whatever they got going on. That's about the only thing they got going on. They're lucky if they get a band once in a while. But they have live professional comedy from St. Louis. But like I said, I've seen a lot of big names come through. Come through here and go on to do well in other cities and stuff. Even if I don't make it, I've headlined a couple clubs. I've got to open with a lot of cool people, some not so cool. But it's been a trip.
So have you ever made it to Evansville? Have you ever met Dustin in person?
Quite a few times. I almost headlined the club you had there.
Yeah.
What is that? Joke Joint or whatever. I was supposed to headline the next week.
Yeah, and then they burn it down. Oh, I'm so sorry. What did you say? The is burning down?
Yeah, I was supposed to headline it. It
Big
the
German
damn
community here.
We have a rather large German population here. I don't know how many times you've been to Evansville, but there is a very large Germanic presence here. And Tom, I just have to commend you on that joke. That was money.
That's Southern Illinois here. The damn towns are were German names. They were so German they changed the names during World War I. Not sound so German.
Yeah. A lot of people change names.
Collinsville, Illinois actually lynched a German during World War I. It was the only lynching of a German during one.
He said that town in Illinois lynched a German during World War II.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, hell yeah. Shout out to whatever town that was, dude. Hell yeah.
Bring back the tar and feather. So
They're the poor bastard, and they couldn't find the feathers, so they decided to hang him instead.
that's wild. God bless you.
Joe, what is your descendancy? Where does your family come from? Speaking of dirty, filthy immigrants.
Ireland, France. There's some Viking in me. Neanderthal man, go figure. Um,
So you're both good at losing wars and winning wars.
yeah.
Oh damn! God damn it! We lost Joe. Okay. Anyways, where the fuck did we leave off?
We were talking about early comedy years and what that was like.
Oh yeah. Did you ever have a Joe? Did you ever have a Did you ever have a friend that was doing comedy that kind of like helped you onto the scene, or like helped you, whether it's with prop comedy initially or once you transitioned out of prop comedy? Did you ever have a friend that was already in the scene that was like helping you out?
Yeah, there was this guy named Jim the Dad. He kind of took me under his wing, and we did a lot of road gigs together. Just piled in a car with him and another comic, and went and told dick jokes at a VFW wherever, and anywhere from Iowa to Southern Illinois to Indiana, you name it. We've been
Actually, all three of those states love a good dick joke. I'm gonna be honest with you. So that's solid material.
I was gonna ask if you still have dick jokes that you incorporate into your material. Do you still have dick jokes that you incorporate into your material?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, this is kind of a joke book joke, but every once in a while I'll use it. I'm hung like a baby, 21 inches long, 10 pounds, 10
Nice. I didn't know if it was like a Parkinson's, I can't get it in the hole because my hand shakes joke, or...
Nice.
Parkinson's was, I act like I'm...
Oh god damn it, that was perfect. That was perfect. He said, "Oh shit," and then it just fucking went dark, dude. Edit in a black screen there, okay? Edit in a black screen.
Gotcha.
All right, thank you. Joe, are you with us, brother?
I am with you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. Do you think
when I'm at the I'm act like I tell people, worst thing about having Parkinson's is when you walk in and see me at the urinal, I'm shaking my hands, look like I'm jacking off at the urinal.
Hey, honestly, I watched a grown man masturbate on a train one time. So, that was in Chicago. So, do you think what's funny about the penis? Because I feel like as a grown man, I still find dick jokes hilarious. Noi, do you not?
Yeah, no.
What is so funny about the human phallus that is just innately brings humor? You know what I mean? I love how I did one of these.
I think because we're so sexually repressed in this country that's why I think it's funny. It's something you're not supposed to talk about or laugh about.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can get that.
That's fair, dude. That's a pretty decent observation. And also, they're just shaped funny.
Yeah, they look weird.
You ever think about some of shout out to the film Superbad, because ever since I saw this film, I could never stop thinking about it. But some of the best foods are dick shaped foods.
One thing Superbad did remind me of when the kid got in trouble for drawing dicks everywhere and they had to take him into the principal's office. I had something like that happen to a friend of mine. He was he got his cherry busted by a preacher's daughter and he thought he was going to hell. And his brother comes home, there's Steve crying on his mom's lap. That bad girl, she put my penis in her mouth. Oh, she made me have sex. She's reading the Bible over his ass. Mike's like, attaboy, Steve, you're not gay after all.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I worked at a car dealership one time, and I guess I've restarted a prank war. I didn't realize they had a prank war that had gone on and got carried away too much. And I got this one guy, and he whipped creamed and then saran wrapped my car and put stickers all over it. And him and his girlfriend only did it in the car. And so,
Sex?
Yeah. So I waited for it to be hot, and he cracked his windows, and I went to the pet store and I got 2,000 crickets and dumped them in his car. And for like 6 months, dude, anytime they tried to sneak out and get some, he'd hear a cricket in his car and it'd kill it. Like he was like, I was about to get it in, I heard a cricket and I thought of you, and yeah.
Nice.
So
Hell
Joe,
yeah, dude.
what's so like? Let's see. So your early comic years, you meet a lot of cool people. You travel all over. You and what was something the dad? What was his name?
Jim the dad. He's no longer with us.
Shout out to oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he is dead.
Damn, dude. Rest in peace, Jim the dad, dude.
So like, how has the comedy scene you think changed over the 15 years that you've been doing comedy?
I think there's a lot more. I think it's a lot more woke than what it used to be back in the day. But
Yeah.
I mean, my rule in comedy is I don't believe in punching down to somebody that's less fortunate than me or get a marginalized person. I don't think that's cool to pick on somebody. I think you're gonna pick on somebody bigger than you.
Oh yeah, I feel that. That's why I pick on Kanye.
Yeah, he's a fair target.
Yeah, I have the same autism Kanye does, and by that I just mean I don't like
Also, if you're a bald white man, I feel like it's safe to hate on Christians, and or Catholics. I feel like either one is a safe bet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can make fun of your own, I feel like that's always a safe play. Like, it's basically self-deprecation. You know what I mean?
I had Catholics screw me over pretty bad. I didn't even get molested. I was an ugly fat kid. What can I say? But
hey, man, we can't win them all, dude. We can't win them all.
Yeah, it cost me my first relationship because I got a girl pregnant in high school, and because I wasn't Catholic, it was a sin. Have marriage wedlock and stuff, and it cost me dearly. But
we didn't even talk about that. Hey, so Joe, how many kids do you have? You got like 13 kids?
3.
3 in your first one. You started young. So what was that like being a young dad?
Oh, I remember I was like 17. Got she didn't even tell me she was pregnant. We just walked into the pharmacy and got prenatal vitamins. The pharmacist grabbed my hand and said, "Oh, congratulations." I looked the guy in the eye and said, "Fuck you, my life's over."
It does feel like that in that first. Like if something goes wrong and the girl's pregnant and all that, it does feel like your life's over. But it gets better, right?
It took me a while to get reconnected with the girl, but we're best of friends now, and I accept her as a daughter. What can you do? I love her.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. And then you often so how old were you when you had the first one?
17, 18, 17, 18, still a kid.
So how old are they now?
My oldest is going to be 44 this year.
44. Nice, dude. That's wild, dude. Do you ever talk to him about it and you're like, hey, man, is it weird that we're only 17 years apart in age?
It took me a while to tell my tell my other 2 kids they had a sister. But my daughter went on a field trip, and I'm at school, and I look down the hallway, and I see my baby mama standing there, and I'm thinking she's going to want to shoot the shit, me being the shit. So I was worried about getting my ears slapped off in front of a bunch of middle schoolers. But I avoided the woman the whole day. We go out to Troy Park, and we're out there at the park. And all of a sudden, I think, well, I'll go find Rachel. Rachel became friends with her new daughter. I have to go. I sit down, she's sitting there with her, my ex-girlfriend. That's when I had to just, come clean and say, hey, you got a daughter somewhere else. But I thought Rod Serling was going to come out and say, small town, Troy, Illinois. Joe Lancey stepped into Twilight Zone.
That's wild. And then speaking of kids, though, Joe, how great are kids for like comedy material? Like whenever because kids are basically just like little retarded people, you know what I mean? So like, how great is it to just like have that constant input and stimulus or stimuli rather of just like them doing retarded shit, and then you can write it down and make a joke out of it.
Oh yeah, I used to. I haven't wrote. I've been an empty nester for a while, so I haven't been really writing that many jokes about the kids. They're out of my hair, so to speak.
But in the beginning, though,
Yeah, I always. I used to have one. I said I always tell my son was every time I knew my son was home. Every time I start the lawnmower, I see the curtain pull shut.
oh yeah, dude. Kids are also they're great, and they're also terrifying and disgusting. And Tom, you know that I know that, or you know that I
they're
think
vaginal parasites. So Joe, what what happened to you during COVID? I know, do the scenes there in St. Louis close down? What's that like?
Yeah, there was a couple comedy clubs closed down. Donnie B's kind of quit. He was one of the guys I used to work with quite a bit in Springfield. Backdoor closed down. I think Hey Guys closed down right before COVID, maybe the year before COVID. But
So they had some insider information.
yeah, I mean there was a couple comedy clubs closed. And it just no open mics. No, I did a lot of Zoom mics. I did a Zoom mic in Israel of all places.
Insert Tom joke here. You know a lot about Palestine and Israel. I don't know. I could. I don't know enough about Palestine or Israel to make a joke.
So, like, I guess during COVID, you had to go more virtual. Was that a weird experience for you?
Yeah, it was. It was fun doing the virtual open mics. You got to meet comics from way far away and stuff. It was pretty cool. Some of them are freaking terrible.
Oh, I bet. Some of them you probably can't understand being in other countries and everything along those lines.
I tell you what, there was a bunch of. I think there was one other guy in the United States. The rest were all fairly easy to understand.
And then so COVID ends and you're able to go perform on stages again. Was that just like the best thing ever?
It was a relief to get back out there again, but it really screwed things up because there's a lot of like my friend Jim the Dad, he passed away. I know a couple comics passed away from got COVID and died. It was just weird coming back because it just kind of ruined a bunch. It ruined a bunch of open mics. It was just a total reset button. It just seems like things are just now coming back to normal again.
Right. And I mean, that woke shit's damn near dead now. We're on the way to dying. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not anti woke. I think I'm a left leaning guy pretty much, but it got to the point where unless you're gay or transsexual, they didn't want you on stage. So I'm a white guy, 60 something years old. I was the bad guy, and I'm not. I've had my cousin was gay. One of my best friends, lesbian, she was gay. Well, of course she's a lesbian. She's gay, but she's one of the best friends.
Joe, can we play a little game?
Yes, sir.
I want to play a little game with you on a bit that I've been working on for a while. So I want to give you a prompt, and then I want to see if you can come up with a one-liner or something funny. Do you want to try this?
Yeah, I'll try it.
And you can say no if you want. You don't have to.
Oh, no. I mean, unless it's something god awful.
It is. Hold on. Stand by. Oh, peace out, Holmes. All right. I love you guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, Mom. I love you. Later, Mike. All right, sorry about that. All right, so I want to throw something at. I want to play a game where I throw a concept at you, and you see if you can come up with a one-liner or even a joke in like 30 seconds or less, and we'll give you time to think about it. Is that cool?
Cool beans.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Gay dog.
Gay dog.
$20 seconds left.
Yeah, I picked up a dog one time. I went to throw him on the truck. I didn't know he was gay. My finger accidentally went up his ass. He turned out.
Come on, dude. Don't tell me it doesn't work. Come on,
That's
Tom.
good.
Come on. Here we go. All right, I'm going to use that one. Thank you, Joe. I've been working on gay dog for like 6 months now. It's just not been happening for me.
Well, that was kind of a true story. I picked up this golden retriever named Bosco. I went to throw him on the truck, and my thumb went up his asshole. He just looked at me like, hey.
Dude, does your dog? Well, I guess you're. So I got a.
My dog's gay. Is that what you're going to ask?
I have. I have a golden doodle, and they have to get groomed every so often. But then they also have to get like their anal glands like glanded or whatever the hell that is. So basically, it's like their buttholes like.
Yeah, I didn't know what anal glands were. I picked a dog up, and they ejected all over me. Expressed, I think, is the term. I'm walking.
Yeah, they're spraying their gayness everywhere. Or no, they're I don't know what it is.
I told Brian he should have taken the gay dogs bit as like an Alex Jones thing, like the water's turning my dog gay.
Yeah, the gravy train's turning the dogs gay.
And also, Joe, I have to make a mention. I don't know what it looks like on your end, but for the last 15 minutes or so,
I don't think it'll matter.
No. I just want to make this mention because it's a funny concept. Anytime you're doing like an electronic interview with anybody, have we frozen on your screen at all, or can you see us okay?
Frozen for the last 15 minutes. I hear myself talk, but all you see is me and Spider-Man.
Yeah, but are we frozen?
No, you're kind of jerky.
Okay, so for the last like 15 minutes, your camera has been frozen, and all I can think about is like the next time I do an electronic interview with somebody, it would only be like absolutely hilarious if Tom and I were in the same frame, and Tom
like
just
froze.
goes about the interview normally and moves about, and I just stay like...
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting little bit. So, Joe, let's see. So, what's we got after COVID? It was nice getting back on stage and performing again. Would you say that like you've performed a lot since COVID?
Oh yeah, I've done shows far away. I got to do Wyoming, Minnesota. I mean, it's cool driving 20 hours and seeing your picture at a gas station not wanted by the police.
So, is there a state that you haven't performed in yet?
I've been to about 13 states, 30 comedy clubs. Probably of them 30, probably 26 of them are closed.
Dang.
And where did you say you had performed in Evansville?
I performed. I was at Henderson, Kentucky, at a music store. I can't remember the name of it. I was just there not too long ago. I pop up in Evansville at least once or twice a year.
You'll have to get you next time you come in.
Are you coming soon?
No, I don't have. I'm getting a hip transplant, so I'm kind of been putting everything on a back burner. I think all I got now is Springfield next Saturday night. I'm doing a show there. It's one of the small towns around Springfield, Pawnee. Which last time I was in Pawnee, I got a police escort out of the town.
I think that's Chippewa, Pawnee.
No, Pawnee is a Indian word meaning rednecks, long hair, no teeth.
I like that. Yeah.
How'd you get a police escort out of town?
Yeah. What happened?
I made him the star of all my goat fucking jokes, and he didn't think too much of it. And
Brian's actually seen somebody fuck a goat.
That's true. Yeah.
You talk about
in
gay
Afghanistan.
dogs. I seen 2 gay goats. I was at a farmer's market one day, and this lady rolled in with 2 billy goats. She bought them in the springtime. They're cute guys. They get out of the truck. One just started fucking the shit out of the other one. And she's crying, trying to get him to stop. Kept feeding him crackers. And she feed the one crackers, and then the other one get on top. The other one just go to town, start nutting away.
You know, but hear me out. I think that goat is onto something because honestly, there
was from Afghanistan.
There are times where I'll be mid. Something's beeping, but I'll be mid activity, and I'm like, man, I could go for like some summer sausage or something. You know what I mean? Like, or like, not you? No, never. Okay, roger that. Got it. Moving forward. Do you ever get that, Joe? Do you ever get the feeling of like a mid-sex snack?
Hell no, I'm just glad to get it. I'm just too thrilled to get it at this age.
Fair enough.
At that age, does it take more planning than the youth spontaneous spur of the moment?
You know, back in the day, you know, you could just wiggle your finger, you're in the mood. It takes a minute, you know, everything's slower at 60.
I remember when I was 13, like the air conditioning would kick on and the house would vibrate a little bit, and I'd just be fucking rock solid. I don't know why. For no fucking reason.
And, you know, once I'm done for a while, too. It ain't no snapping back in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm tapping out for a minute, dude. I get it. No, I don't know, dude. So how long have you now been doing just straight non-prop comedy?
I've been doing comedy probably total of 30 years, and probably the prop was just the first 2. First one was only like 1 set, and then it took me a whole year to go back on stage.
Damn.
But I've been doing comedy clubs, you know, actual open mics for 29 years. It didn't take me long once I start doing the open mics to think, you know, realize how every comic absolutely hated prop comedy.
Yeah, we had a guy come in and we asked about prop comedy. He's like, just fucking don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it. It's been done.
Yeah. Do you have like words of wisdom you would give to or like maybe trash talking that you would give to a prop comedian?
Don't do it.
What about advice you have to say somebody that's done comedy that maybe have tried it once or twice and bombed? Like, what advice do you have to somebody then?
I would say the biggest thing is don't freak out if you bomb. I've seen comics suck the whole first year, and then something clicks, and then they go on to open theater shows and you open for big name acts and stuff. But you know, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people win comedy contests, and you never see them do comedy again. They go out the next time and they bomb, and then that's it. They just quit. I mean, they had 30 people showing up the first couple times. I'd kill to have that.
What do you think, if I may, and if you don't want to answer, Joe, you don't have to, but what do you think the largest crowd is you've performed for, or the largest venue you've performed in?
I did the Effingham convention performance center, and I know it was big enough to accommodate Willie Nelson playing there. So it was
That's awesome.
a pretty good sized place, and they kind of had part of it blocked off, but still there was a lot of people there. That was
Fuck yeah.
I probably did 400 a couple times. Yeah,
400's a big deal, man, because like if you go to like the Helium in St. Louis, I mean that's 125, and you know, like those rooms are a big deal. I don't know if you've performed at Helium in the mall there at in St. Louis. I'm sure you have, but
contest a couple times. I was a finalist a couple times
at Helium.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, dude. Helium's a good spot.
Yeah, I got Funny Bone. I'm in the semifinals for the 19th. I forgot about that one.
The 19th of March?
Yes.
Will this air before then, sir? I don't remember.
Not 100%. It'll be close.
It'll be close. So if the finals have already happened by the time this airs, fingers crossed. We hope you did well, brother.
Watch me. I'll make it all the way to the damn finals, and they'll move my hip replacement up, and I won't be able to perform in the finals.
I hope that's not the case for you, Joe.
Yeah, this hip has really screwed me up for the last 6 months. I've only booked for a while there. I only did a couple headlining gigs and some features. I didn't really do any open mics for a while.
It's probably all that dog catching you did.
All the jumping off of trucks and stuff. I did a goddamn splits getting out of my truck one night during an ice storm. Broke the veterinarian's tail light out on her van. And I had to go into the boss. And confess my crime. And she's on the phone to somebody. Go, that damn public works came through here and they knocked the doc's tail light out. Didn't tell nobody. I go, them rotten fuckers. Walked off.
Those rotten pieces of shit. Somebody should fucking crucify them for that. I don't know, dude. Hey, we haven't really had a point yet now. Up to this point, we haven't had a point yet. I want to start doing this more often. Do you have? So you're familiar with the Days Grimm. Do you have Do you have any questions for Tom or myself? Tom, you're a little more familiar with, but we're just meeting tonight. Yeah. Do you have any questions for the Days Grimm or what's going on here?
No. I mean, you guys are pretty straightforward. I've done.
Yeah, we try to be funny, but it's just not been working real good for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my own podcast. I kind of got some of the equipment bought. I'm gonna try to get my daughter to help me on it and try to do weird stuff, not just necessarily comedy. But there's a lot of weird stories out there that happen. I kind of like to concentrate on some of the weird stuff that happens around like the Midwest and stuff.
Hey, weird sells, man. It does. Weird sells.
And especially like you being on stage and already able to tell a story and piece together a story, I think you could probably do fairly well in that lane.
That's true. It's valid.
I think
add a few little punch-up jokes in there.
No wrong with Bigfoot, obviously, or flying saucers, but I don't want it just to be about that. There's a lot of other, weird stuff that happened around there, like I was saying about the lynching of the German guy in Collinsville.
Yeah, nobody knows about that.
Right. I would have liked to have bought tickets.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of just weird stuff that happens around town. There's a old hospital in Collinsville, Illinois. It looks like a house, but back in the day they had the garage was the black people's hospital. It was actually segregated back then before they built St. Mary's. And the gal that bought it, they had all kinds of shit wrote about it. She bought it and she goes, "Yeah, my daughter was down in the basement and there's a man down there with red hair and a lab coat. She ran upstairs and mom runs downstairs. The guy's gone. It was the ghost of the doctor that used to work there." And get this.
Fuck yeah, dude.
they put new footing in the basement when they dug up the old footing. It was full of baby bones. The guy was doing abortions there and buried them in the basement.
God, dude, that reminds me.
That's illegal now.
Yeah, that is frowned upon, but that does remind me of our dog abortion joke that we were talking about the other day.
Litter vape.
Primo content here at the Days Grimm. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm tapped out on. What do you got, Tom? You got any further questions?
Joe, what advice do you have for people that are thinking about getting into comedy? God bless you.
I would say it's easier now than ever. You can go out in St. Louis. You can hit an open mic almost every night of the week, just about, except Saturday. And then Saturday, you might have a chance to land on a showcase somewhere.
If you do good throughout the week or you're consistent.
Do it. Just get out and do it. Just get out, 2 and 3 nights, at least 2 or 3 nights a week to, if not more, do it as many nights a week as you can. And if you're just getting into it, avoid attachments. Get ready to live like a pauper. Eat off the dollar menu. You have to sleep in the parking lot. Save on a hotel room.
Right.
Joe, sleep
are
safer than a rest stop.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So, Joe, was there ever a moment on this comedy journey where you just wanted to quit comedy?
I thought about it. I'm getting old. I'm getting older. It's bad enough when all the comics were old enough to be my kids. Now they're old enough to be my grandkids. And I think, well, I should just quit. But I think all my friends are probably 80% of my friends are comedians. I've been doing it so long. I'm just going to do it till I die.
Yeah, I mean, you could be like the grandfather of comedy in that area. All the life lessons and fun stories just get carried on through the next comics.
Yeah, I think I'm more of Joe the dad than I am Joe the animal anymore.
You're reformed now.
Yeah, my fight days are over with. I'm saying that I'll probably get in a fight tomorrow.
You say that mentioning that, kind of thinking about hanging it up as far as like your age and stuff, but so it sounds like to me love of the craft is kind of what's keeping you,
or the community
rather, that's keeping you propelling forward. Yeah,
keeping me into it. Yeah, I think there's definitely ageism in the comic. You see who they're booking. These comic clubs are booking people in their 30s and 20s and 30s. They're not booking old goats like me. There's a lot of older comics can't get work now too.
That's crazy. I would still watch an older comic.
A lot of professionals that have hung it up after COVID too. They just got sick and whatnot.
You see a few of them still come out on Kill Tony every now and then.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Have you ever thought about making a trip to Austin and trying to put your hat in on Kill Tony?
I think he was up here at Helium. I didn't even feel like getting in the car to go over there. I don't know how I feel about that. I think if I went there, I'd have to go and try to insult him. He's going to be he's kind of using it to run you in the ground. So I think I'd have to just run his ass in the ground, or at least try.
I think he'd like that.
I think any kind of ass play Tony Hinchcliffe would be into.
Yeah, I think I could come up with something.
So Joe, so let's see. You said upcoming you are in the semifinals for that comedy show and a hip replacement. Do you have anything else projected on your calendar, or is it just get through this hip replacement and then start booking?
Pawnee, and that's about it, and just whatever open mics I do. And every once in a while, Mason City Limit has a headliner fall out or something. They'll call me for a feature headliner gig.
Does the local animal control still call you every now and then?
What's that?
I said, does the local animal control still call you every now and then?
Oh, hell no. Thought about going back to it. I got mad at my job at Glen Carbon. I just do straight housing inspections now, and I got mad and quit. I was just ready to do Uber. And I thought about going back. I'm glad I didn't. It just, it's just too crazy.
Hey, Joe, I do have one more question, and then I'm hanging it up for the evening. Does it make you feel better knowing now that gay dog is dead?
I would say he died of old age, probably.
But does it make you feel better knowing that now he's dead and those pit bulls can live a sex abuse free life?
Yeah, he got a 21 gun salute, so he's very dead.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, seriously, Joe, I can't thank you enough for your time, brother. We're gonna give you a couple minutes if you want to put anything else out before we terminate this conversation tonight. As far as maybe like we've already talked about shows, but like where people can reach you, how you're easiest to get a hold of,
Joe the Animal,
etc.
Joe the Animal, one word, THE Animal. On Facebook, Instagram. I'm not on Twitter that much, but I'm either Facebook or Instagram. You can probably get a hold of me. I kind of use the just not Lancy, my last name, because in case I was looking for a real job, I didn't want everybody to come on there and try to. Oh, this guy's a comedian. We're not hiring him. He's
right.
But that is how my daughter found me. She couldn't. They lost the records, and she couldn't find me for her. She found me on Facebook. It's like finding out Shimp off the Three Stooges is your old man.
I swear to God, dude.
So, what are you looking forward to most in the next few years, Joe? What's keeping you motivated?
I'm going to try a podcast. I got some comic book I want to try to write. I got at least 2 or 3 podcasts I want to do, like more. I thought about doing one about dog catching and kind of my my life, but I would put it in a blender where I wouldn't be actually, kind of how they did. Weird Al. They did his biography. Do something like that, kind of. Some of it's, but some of it's just complete bullshit.
Right.
I thought it was actually hilarious. They had Weird Al having an affair with Madonna and shit like that, and he gets assassinated like a rapper at the end. That's what I'm going to do, something like that, but kind of work in all my weird stories, so I ain't pissing off.
Hell yeah! Anybody. And then also, oh yeah, it's not picking me up. 1 second.
Yeah, I lost Thomas.
1 second. Move faster, Tom. Can you hear me, sir? He can't hear us or nothing. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. We just got to make it another fucking 15 minutes, dude.
There you go.
All right. Can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you now. The thing went dead.
You moved the frame, but yeah.
It'll be all right.
All right. Can you? Okay. All right. Anyways, go ahead and tilt that puppy. Having technical difficulties. There we go. All right. But yeah, that's sick, dude. Getting on some comics and starting some podcasts. I love that for you, brother. And I'm very appreciative of your time. You could have done anything for the last couple of hours, but you came on virtually and talked to the Days Grimm. And honestly, God bless you, sir. We do appreciate you. Do you have any last minute questions for us?
I feel I have a little more of a background. Most of the comics, all their background is jacking off half the time.
Hey, I still do that half the time.
I'm gonna do that tonight, actually. But yeah, do you have any last minute questions for us?
No, I don't have anything for you guys. I want to.
All right, dude.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was nice chatting with you guys over the phone.
That was our pleasure. Don't hang up when we say we're done, because we'll still do a little wrap up after this. But Joe, it was a pleasure, and this has been another thrilling episode of the Days Grimm. Next time you come to Evansville, please reach out so we can get you in person. My name is Thomas Grimm.
My name is Brian Michael Day.
Yeah, I might be that. Next time I'm that way, I'd work something in with you.
Yes, please do. We will definitely have you on again, Joe the Animal. This has been an honor.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, I'll stop this.